Hi guys, I am back today with another Pat Mcgrath video. The reason being is I already had them out, so I might as well just go ahead and rank them all before I put them back up in their proper homes, which are back there, and make them look all pretty and nice again. So I'm literally going to rank all of my palettes, but I'm going to do them kind of by category. I'm going to do the big ones together, I'm going to do the 6 pans together, and I'm going to do the quads together. And then I'm going to do the little ones that I have 2 of the other ones. We'll get into that. Any case, I'm going to start with the 6 pans first, and I'm going to start from least favorite to most favorite. And this may not come as a surprise. It might come as a surprise. I don't know. But my least favorite, although I just saw some beautiful swatches on someone on Facebook on one of Pat Mcgrath's groups. Gorgeous swatches. And that is the Dark Star palette. And okay, I like the colors in it, but I typically don't wear a lot of blue colors. That's just me. I don't feel like they look as good on me. And for me, because this isn't my ideal color scheme, I put this last. It's still gorgeous. I still love it. Love it so much, but no. Okay, my next one would be, sorry, you probably already saw it as I was pulling it, but the La Vie en Rose palette. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I really enjoy some of the shades in here, but I'm just going to be honest, because I have some of the other palettes that I do now, this is no longer one that I'm like, I need to have, I have to have. So that's why it is sitting where it is. However, I really like this color down here. I really like this one here because it's really shifty. And on my last video, you can check that out if you want to see what that looks like. It is there. But it is a really nice palette. However, I do have a lot of these. They're not the same, but similar colors in other palettes. So for me, that's why it is where it is. The next one, it's here, but it could be much higher because the performance of it is so, so good. And that is the Platinum Bronze palette. It is a cool tone palette. And because it's cool toned, I don't use it as often as I use other palettes. Okay, let's be real. I have a crap ton of palettes, so nothing really gets used that much because I'm constantly in rotation. But this, the way these swatch is just incredible. The performance on your eye is so good. And really the textures in here are fabulous. So if you are looking for a really good cool tone palette, oh my gosh, scoop this up. I don't know if it's even still in stock. I know it comes and goes in stock on her site, but winner. The next one, I would actually rank higher if I could get like a whole look out of it, which you can if you're really good, which I'm not. But that is the Metalmorphosis palette, and it is so good. Every single shade in here is gorgeous. I could do without this shade right here, personally. I'm not crazy about it, but the rest of them are champs. They work so well. They swatch brilliantly. They perform brilliantly. However, I will say if you have the Decadence palette, you don't have to feel like you've missed out. Or if you have this and you wanted the Decadence palette, mix that with the mini, I think this is Subversive, and you practically have the Decadence palette. That's just me being real here. And you'll save a lot of money. Okay, the next one is Bronze Ambition. Yeah, Bronze Ambition. And packaging, come on now. The packaging on all of them is beautiful, but that's Pat Mcgrath. She makes quality stuff. It is such a good palette. You can use this every day and never get tired of it. It performs well. I just really love it. I know it seems kind of like a basic choice, but I like it a lot. The next one is a very special one to me, and it should probably be higher, but it's not. That is the Dark Galaxy palette. Oh, I'll show you the outside first, which for me, I love Star Wars, so I was all about this personally. But the inside is just so beautiful. And this shade, it doesn't look like it, but it is very, very special. Kind of similar to the one in La Vie en Rose, but darker. So, you know, I may eventually get rid of La Vie en Rose. And this shade also reminds me very much of the one in Metalmorphosis. So, who knows what I will do in the future. But I love this palette. It's a beautiful palette. Makes great looks. The next one, I feel like, I don't know if because there were so many colors that are in other palettes, people didn't like it as much, or why people weren't a fan of it, but it, performance-wise, was so, so good. I really like the way that it performs and the looks I get out of it, and yes, I may have some of these colors in other palettes, but to go anywhere, this is like, throw it in your bag and you're good to go. That is the Golden Opulence palette, and it looks kind of like basic, but actually some of these shades, when they're on your eye, transform. I've done looks with it that I was really, really surprised with. And for me, this was just, it's complete perfection in a little 6-pan palette. So thank you. I like that. Number 2 could arguably be number 1, but it's not. It's number 2 is the Galactic Gold palette. And I love this. Number 1, C3PO, looking your best. Straight up. He's so cool. I love him. But the inside, this shade right here gives me all of the feels. It's actually similar to a shade that's in the next palette. So that's really funny, but beautiful looks there. Again, you know, you can't go wrong with this. Throw it in your bag. It's good to go. I would never take these anywhere because it would be my luck that my stuff would get broken or stolen. So I won't be leaving anywhere with them, but just so you know. And my number 1 with the 6-pan minis is Bronze Temptation. And number 1, the packaging. Can we talk about how beautiful this is? It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. She's lovely. But the inside, oh my gosh, look at this. When I was in my swatch capades, look what I did. I made it a flapper. I'm so upset. Like, really? Good job, Jaclyn. Idiot. So here's the thing. This shade is a favorite of mine. This shade is a favorite of mine. This shade is a favorite of mine. This is everything I want and need in life. I love greens. Greens are my favorite. But this shade up here is very similar to that one I was talking about in the other. But, oh, actually, you know what? I know I've already swatched, like, everything a million times, but, you know, it's like gold with red, and it puts me in my happy place, so whatever. It's so good! I love it! I'm, like, so hyped right now. If I didn't already have eyeshadow on, I'd be all up in this business right now. And the red that's in here is, like, a shifty red. It's, like, red and copper and maroony, and I love it, creepily. So in any case, actually, you know what? I think I missed swatching this one in my video, to be real 100% honest with you guys. So now you got to see it, and it's glorious, right? Okay. Moving on to the quads, which is what I'm going to do now. I have to say, one of them I left at my mom's, and this is the one I'm wearing right now, but I'm going to go in order from, I guess, least favorite, which is not true because I love them all. Every one of these quads, I think because they're all like special shades, I don't dislike any of them. It's just, what am I going to wear the most? So for me, Nocturnal Nirvana is the one that I would say I get the least use out of. So that will be in 3rd place. But honorable mention, I mean, it's just as good. Like, it's such a good quad. It is beautiful. Then I would say number 2 for me is Iconic Illumination. And it's not as special as Nocturnal Nirvana, in my opinion. However, these shades are extremely wearable for me. And I'm kind of a comfort person right now. And then my absolute favorite is the one I left at my mom's, which is Ritualistic Rose. And I'm wearing that on my eyes right now. In fact, I'll turn on a little light ski. Ooh. Ah. Okay, that was probably unnecessary. But I love... Oh, we went another level up. Hey, how you doing? But I love it a lot. I will also go ahead and rank the 3 little ones that I didn't put in my swatch video. And that would be the Eye Ecstasy palette, and then I think these are also all the Eye Ecstasy palettes. Now, there was one that came in like a little grouping. It had like a mascara, a pigment, something else. And for me, that's dead last. It has colors that weren't really that special. They formed great. But for me, I didn't need another black, and I'll put a little picture here of it so you can see what it looked like. I sold the one that I had. Sorry. But for me, I wasn't getting use out of it with all of the big ones. However, if you were able to get it, or you can still get it, and you don't know how her formulation is, I mean, yeah, you could pick that up. But for me, well, you could pick it up because you do get some of her other products to try, which is nice. But for me, I would definitely just go ahead and get one of these Eye Ecstasy ones that I'm about to show you. The first being the Subversive, which definitely takes on tones of the Decadence palette. And in fact, I do believe some of the colors in here are from the Decadence palette. So if you originally couldn't get your hands on it or wanted to see what you thought of those colors, get this. It's cheap. And usually you can catch a really good sale. In fact, it might be on sale right now. Then the other one is the Sublime. And I'm tempted to keep this despite the fact that I have like all of the big palettes, and then I have a problem. I'm tempted to keep it because this is something I could travel with and not be like, my heart is broken if something happens to it. I mean, it still would be broken, but at least it wouldn't be one of my very special babies. So in any case, I would put this first. If you like everyday colors, this is definitely a winner, and they perform awesome. Like, okay, hang on. This shade right here, it touches my soul, like, in some real ways. For me, I could throw that all over the lid, pop this in the outer, maybe throw this in the crease. Boom shakalaka, done. Moving on. Now is the hard part. This is the hard part. That would be my big mothership palette. And the first one for me is Decadence. This is my last place one. It does not make it any less than the others. But for me, look at this packaging though. Oh, sorry, it's a little like, it needs cleaned up. Like, I'm so sorry. Who does this to their Pat McGrath? Clean it up. Clean up your act. Okay, I made it worse. I actually made it worse. I smudged something. In any case, I love the packaging. It is beautiful. I will say a few of these didn't swatch the best for me when I was doing my video. And not all of them are the most wearable, and it's hard to create a look with it. However, one of my most favorite looks I have ever done on my face came from this palette. I used only this palette. I was doing a challenge in one of her groups on Facebook, and it was super fun. And, you know, you get to think outside of the box and try something you wouldn't normally do. Super fun. I thoroughly suggest it, especially if you're a homebody like I am. And if you screw up your makeup one day, who cares? It's just makeup. You can try again. You can wipe it on off and try it again. But in any case, for me, one of my absolute shades is this one right here, which might actually be the same as the one that's in here. Coincidence. But I just don't get as much use out of it, so that is why it is the last one. The very next one, I don't even remember what I ordered them. I put them in a stack. Okay. This is second to last, but here's the thing. Performance-wise, all of these work so, so good. Don't even think because they're ordered in like this way that maybe the performance isn't as good. That's not the case, because I promise that's not it. It's just a color story, and actually I regret putting this where it is right now. But it is where it is, so we're just going to roll with that, and that is the Sublime Palette. And I don't know why I put this here now that I'm here doing this video. I think it's because at the time I thought, well, for the special shades, I like the next one a little bit better, and so that's why this ranks where it is. I do love these. I am second and third and fourth guessing every decision I've made in this video, but this is what I'm just going to say, second to last, but I love it. It's not like I like it any less. I don't. The next one would be Subversive, which I actually think is probably too low as well, because I did a look, actually the look I was wearing when I did the swatches was all this palette. I didn't use anything else, and it's weird because when I first saw this palette, I didn't even want it because I was like, it's not quite the colors I would typically pick together. I didn't see what Pat saw, and that's why I am not Pat McGrath. She has an eye. She knows, and she has played with makeup for years, and she knows what she's doing, and they work so good together. And when you put them on your lids and you're like, okay, this has all come together. It's come to fruition. I have run my mouth with no reason, with no cause. So that is there. The next one is Midnight Sun. And I have it here, even though, okay, this is me. I'm going to have a moment of abject honesty here. These are not as special to me as a lot of the other shades in her other palettes. However, this is a very wearable palette. So despite these special shades not being my absolute favorite of hers, overall, this also has a green, which I'm a green sucker. Overall, this is like a really good everyday palette for somebody like me that likes green. Really, I put it there because of the green. Now you guys know how deep that runs. Okay, the next one is actually Subliminal. And this is weird to me because I'm not really a blue fan. I don't like blue. I didn't ever think I'd want this palette, but to me, this is the most sophisticated blue palette that you will ever get. And it's also kind of gray toned, and it's definitely a cool palette. Also purples. Like for me, I've been talking and thinking about decluttering my Blue Blood palette from Jeffree Star because I have this, and this is just such a mature and special. And in fact, I actually missed swatching the gorgeous freaking gold shade in this palette, so I'm gonna do that right now for you guys, because to me this is one of my most favorite gold colors ever. I know it may not look super special, but hang on. But it is. Allow me to prove you wrong. But it's just different. It's kind of luminescent, and on the lid, it is so special. It catches the light in such a way that it draws attention to the eye, but it doesn't make it look like overdone or way too much. Like, that's the joy of Pat's eyeshadows in general. Her special shades are special because they give you a lot of pop to the eye without seeming like garish. So that's my thought. Like, some glitters can become like very over the top, and hers are just elegant. Boom. That's what I mean. Okay. In the third place is Divine Rose 1. I love this. I could wear this every day and be completely satisfied with it. I think that the shades are just beautiful for every skin tone, and I truly, truly love them. I am obsessed with shades like this, which is part of the reason I like Ritualistic Rose so much, because it has a glittery shade, and these two paired together, that's dynamite. I mean, it's just like the best kind of dynamite ever. So for me, Divine Rose 1. And then, yeah, you guys, my hair is like a not hot mess right now. I drove my car over here and I had to have all the windows down because, and I had to drive my car to my house because my cat, December, decided to knock a massive bottle of Juliet Has a Gun. It was sunny side up, and she knocked it off the counter and it cracked. And I've dropped tons of perfumes from that counter, so I was kind of shocked that it just, like, broke. And, of course, because it was in a large amount, apparently, I ended up being really, really allergic to it. So I've been trying to air out my house, and it's not going well because it's, like, 100 degrees out where I live right now. And it's stagnant, hot air. So pushing out that smell is not working out because my cats ran through it, both of them. And I didn't realize it would bother me that much until it was too late, and I was very, very sick from it, and I had hives, and it was a mess. So I've been staying at my mom's house, and so in any case, so I drove from there to here, and my hair is like from having all the windows down because I am burning alive. I'm burning alive. But in any case, back to, oh, now you guys know. Back to the top two. Number 2 is Divine Rose 2. Now, I could easily have put this as number 1. And I'm a basic B because my number 1 is what everybody's number 1 is, but it's for a reason. But it's for a reason because it is the best. But this is a very close second. These shades are just fabulous, and I love this one right here. It is the best blush shade. It is such a good blush shade. When Pat McGrath comes out with blushes, I am going to put them everywhere. They're going to be everywhere. I'm going to be the most blushed up chick you ever saw. So when that happens, when that day comes, we'll meet up again. But for me, I could wear this every single day, never get sick of it. I love it. I kind of like, it just gives me all the vibes. And this packaging, which is all fingerprinty, is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and I'm really happy I got it. I'm sorry to those of you that really wanted this packaging and weren't able to get it. I'm not by any means trying to brag about that because that's not cool. I wish everybody could get what they want in life, in general, in the world. And of course, number 1, everybody already knew it, was going to be Bronze Seduction. Oh! It's just the best Pat McGrath palette in the whole world. It is. Fight me. Fight me. But really, it's so good. This shade right here, I could wear it every day. I said that in my swatch video. I stand by that. There's nothing more special than it. And the worst part is on pictures and in camera, you can't always see. Oh, there you go. It goes green, it goes pink, it goes purple. It is just everything I need in my life. And if I could only have one palette to keep for the rest of my life, I guess this would be it, because I can't picture my life without it. And it's so funny. I remember before I'd ever tried Pat McGrath products, I was like, I don't even want to, because she's really bougie and that's a lot of money. If I like her, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up owning all of her stuff. And then I picked this up. And as you can see, the rest is history. Anyway, I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe and ring the bell for future updates. And, if anybody knows how to get perfume out of your carpet, out of your linoleum, no, not linoleum, vinyl floors, off of furniture. I've been trying baking soda. I've been trying vinegar. I can't really use a lot of chemicals because I am super sensitive. So if you have any thoughts, please let me know because it is rough. I can't be at home and it's killing me. I just want to be home in my bed. My mother has been a saint. Thank you, Mom. I was gonna say wherever you are. Thank you, Mom, at your home for letting me like invade your life. Like she actually gave me her bedroom because I'm chubby and I can't fit on her couch. So bless her soul, she has been nothing but kind and wonderful and stayed up with me while I had panic attacks because my hives got so bad. So I love you, Mom. You're the best mom ever. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.